Okay, so have you ever had that feeling? A story buzzing around in your head, a feeling you just had to capture, or even just this itch to put words on a page. But then you stopped. That little voice kicked in, the one that says, "I'm not a real writer." Well, today we're going to tear that idea apart. Let's start with a simple, powerful truth that might just change everything for you. This sentence right here from author Melissa Donovan, this is everything. It's not about being published or getting paid or being a genius every single time. It's about the action. The simple act of writing is what makes you a writer. It's a small shift in how you think, but wow, is it liberating. And yeah, that's the big one, isn't it? It's so easy to feel like you're faking it, to stare at that blank page and just feel this wave of doubt, to think that real writers are some other species, born with a special talent that you just missed out on. So before we can even get into the how of writing, we've got to deal with the what. And that means we need to completely demolish this myth of the real writer. Because honestly, it's the single biggest thing that stops most people before they even start. This is where all that weird gatekeeping happens. People will tell you a real writer has to get paid for their work, or that they have to love writing every single second of the day. But the reality, come on, sometimes writing is frustrating. Sometimes you don't get paid. The only constant, the only real truth is that a writer writes. That's it. That's the entire job description. Let's just sit with this for a second. A writer is someone who writes, not someone who thinks about writing or plans on writing or hopes they'll maybe write someday. It's someone who actually does it. This simple definition, this is your official permission slip. And that really gets to the heart of it. If you're watching this, it's because you want to write. And that desire, right there, is the only qualification you need. You don't need anyone's approval to start. You just got to give it to yourself. Okay, so, myth busted. You've given yourself permission. What now? What's the very first actual physical thing you should do? Well, it turns out it's incredibly simple. Your first mission is this: make a home for your words. Seriously, before you worry about plot twists or perfect poems, you just need to turn this abstract idea of being a writer into a real action. And that starts with creating a space for your writing to live. And getting set up is actually super easy. It's just 3 little steps. 1, create that writing space. Doesn't have to be fancy, a corner of a desk is fine. 2, grab a simple tool. And 3, and this is maybe the most important one, give yourself permission to be messy and to write badly. Yes, you heard me right. I love this quote so much. We've all done it, right? You buy a beautiful, expensive journal, and then it's too intimidating to actually write in. The pressure is on. Every idea has to be good enough for the fancy paper. But a cheap, spiral-bound notebook? That's a playground. It removes all the pressure and just invites you to be messy, gritty, and totally free. All right, you're all set up with your mud-proof notebook. Now what? Well, now you get to have fun. Writing isn't just one thing, It's like this giant creative buffet, and you should absolutely try a little bit of everything. First up on the buffet line, you've got journaling. Think of this as your private lab. It's not just for writing about your day. It's for capturing raw thoughts, asking yourself questions, and building that all-important muscle of a daily writing habit. The audience here is just one person, you. Then you've got poetry. This is like a gym for your language skills. It makes you think about the sound and rhythm of every single word. You learn to paint these incredible pictures with as few words as possible. And even if you don't become a poet, playing with poetry will make all your other writing so much better. Or, hey, maybe you want to tell a true story. Writing a memoir isn't just listing things that happened. It's about finding the story inside your own experiences. It's a really powerful way to find meaning and connect with other people on a deep human level. Do you ever just listen to how people talk? Like really listen? Writing scripts forces you to do that. It is a masterclass in crafting sharp, believable dialogue and telling a story only through what people say and do. You learn the golden rule of writing: show, don't tell. And of course, there's fiction, the ultimate sandbox. You can write a tiny one-page story or a huge, epic novel. This is where you get to build entire worlds from scratch, invent people you wish you knew in real life, and explore the biggest what-if questions you can imagine. So why bother trying all these different forms? Well, 2 big reasons. First, you might discover something you absolutely love. Maybe you thought you were a novelist, but it turns out you're an amazing poet. And second, it makes you a better writer overall. The imagery you learn from poetry makes your stories stronger, and the dialogue skills you get from script writing make your essays pop. Okay,
You have your tools. You see all your options. But then you sit down and nothing. Just a blank page staring back at you, almost taunting you. This is the next huge hurdle, so let's talk about a simple, powerful way to jump right over it.
We have all been there. That feeling of tension, the little bit of panic rising, the sense that you have absolutely nothing to say. It happens to literally every single writer. The good news? There's a way out.
And here it is. This is your permission to be terrible. The goal isn't to write a perfect first draft. The goal is just to get words on the page. Any words. Write nonsense. Write badly. Just write something. You got to get the garbage out to make room for the good stuff. Think of it as a warm-up.
And here are 2 more amazing little tricks. First, think small. Don't try to fill a whole page. Just focus on writing 1 sentence. Then, maybe another one. It's way less intimidating. And second, try a little bit of planning. Just a few bullet points about what you want to say can make that totally blank canvas feel a lot less scary. So, let's recap. We've busted the myths, we've got our tools, we've checked out the menu of options, and we've learned how to beat the blank page. There's really only one thing left to do.
You're officially equipped. You know now that a writer is just someone who writes. You know the first step is as simple as finding a home for your words. You've seen the whole creative buffet, and you have the tools to get started, even when it feels hard. You're ready. And this is where I leave you. We've covered the ready and the set. The right? Well, that part is all you. So take a look at that cheat notebook, pick up that pen, and just ask yourself this one simple question.